Good morning to you all, or good day, whatever time you're watching this. Um, I'd like to give you an update at the start of July 2025 of my garden here in the south of Ireland. So there's some purple sprouting broccoli, and here are the asparagus plants. I'm hoping to transition more to a perennial type garden because I want to have less work to do. I want to keep it simple for myself. I foraged some seaweed on a course recently, so that's drying nicely, and I'm just going to add little pinches to my herbal teas and cooking and things like that. So a lot's been happening. I harvested some potatoes, which these are actually the ones that got a bit of damage. I had a nice, maybe 2 boxes of decent spuds. And here we have the great mullein, which decided to self-seed in this area. I planted out some new salad crops because the other ones had come to an end, and there's radish in there as well. So I put in little plugs, and I also scattered some seeds, salad seeds, so they're coming up, which is great. The currants have been lovely, and the willow is good too. I labelled them. Now the hens do a lot of scratching around here, but in the past, whenever I've grown willow, I've lost the tags. So so far so good. That's house paint with a bit of varnish over it on some old roof tiles, and yeah, they're holding out well. So I've been picking loads of currants. It's quite labour intensive, but it's nice. It's a nice thing to do in the evenings. The apple trees are really good this year. And here's my little patio plants. This corner here has been lovely. It's been wild this year, and different things have been coming up. There was self-heal, and now there's a bit of coltsfoot coming on there, and the honesty are gone to seed, and the elecampane is making a big appearance, and the fennel there is starting to go to seed as well. They're still delicious to the fennel, the little seed heads and the flower heads. So it's early morning here. The artichokes are starting to head up. You're supposed to pick them before they flower. I'm not sure if they're ready yet, but they probably are. Might try a big one. The vegetable patch is locked in under I harvested the potatoes from here, so I'm trying to replenish the soil, and there's cauliflower and cabbages there. There's some red cabbage I'm hopeful for, and I harvested some cabbage from under the nets here, and I've been making sauerkraut, which is delicious. I changed how I'm making it this year. Usually in the past, I'd let it sit out for like maybe a week, and then I'd put it in the fridge, and I never wanted to eat it. But this year I've just left it, chopped it up, mixed it with 2% salt, tiny bit of apple cider vinegar, and I've started eating it maybe the following day. The second day just left out on the counter, and it tastes great. It's like nice coleslaw. the pond. The growth is just incredible, to be honest, at the moment. And so much has been going on. Such a busy, busy time of year. Time is flying. Going really fast. And that's the energy of this time of year, I find, though. The apples are, this is possibly their best year yet. And the willow, my goodness. I'm planning on I'm waiting for them actually to keep growing, because I'm going to use them to make mulch when I cut them back, and it is keeping the hens in as well. It's beautiful. I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking yet about the rapid growth. And here's the elderberries. If anybody's ever thinking of growing elderberry trees in Ireland, they just like these were like bare root a few years ago, and they just take off, and you have your own elderberries in the garden. You don't have to go off looking in the countryside to forage them. And here I have to cage off everything to keep the hens out of it, which is a pain. It really is a pain, but the hens are worth it, and I'm sure I'll come up with something more visually appealing as time goes on. But that's it for now. And here I have some pumpkins. These are spaghetti pumpkins outside. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the tunnel. Here's the raspberries. Again, I'm just been trying to take the weeds out and mulch as quickly as possible. I don't know what the footage it'll be like on this, because it's so bright. The sun is so bright. Another area, I put some more artichokes in there and strawberries. And again, keep out the hens. So this is my first year not growing tomatoes in the polytunnel, and I must say it's a breath of fresh air. I can't believe life without tomatoes and potatoes, but they're the nightshade family, and I don't think they agree with me, you know. They cause a lot of stiffness in some people, and I think I'm one of those people. So there's not a whole lot in here as a result. There's French beans. There's one cucumber plant that survived out of 3, and I'm letting it just a trail everywhere with the hope that I'll have loads of cucumbers. The courgette is lovely. Been picking away on that, and there's some purple sprouting broccoli, and the fig tree. This is my best year for figs so far. Now, I have been practicing the Korean natural farming in here, but the figs have been delicious. I've been just stick them in the air fryer, half them, put a drizzle of olive oil on them, and it really brings out the sweetness. Yeah, delicious. I put 2 pumpkins in here as well, just to compare the difference, and I've been gathering mulch, trying to mulch the beds. Aha, look, a tomato plant. There's always a rogue tomato, and definitely rogue potatoes. So I have the kales. I harvested the cabbage from here, and here's the beans, the French beans. I've got this going on. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm hoping that, see, the leaves at the top don't seem to have it. So, but again, yeah, this plant doesn't have it as much. But if anybody has any insight there, I'd be delighted to hear about it. I've been drinking sage tea for the time of my life that I'm in, and I'd love to say it's helping, but Maybe it is on some level. And I'll just give you a quick look at the hens before we go, because you know, they're fab to have around the garden, and they give me eggs, which is lovely protein, and they're sweet, really, you know. They love their food. Hi girls, good morning. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 5. So that means, I think there's somebody in here. Let's see. Hello, sweetie. There's one of the red ones is just it's very, like she's in there laying an egg, but there's one of them that's definitely the lowest in the pecking order, and she's a bit of a scaredy cat, but yeah, I suppose there has to be one. This is the forest garden, and yeah, it's turned into a forest, definitely. There's the willow that was all pruned back, and there's apple trees in there, and gooseberry bushes, and the hens love it. It is really a nice hangout area for them, I think. It's just, it needs a bit of taming, but at the moment I for one, I don't have time to come in here. There's so much more to be doing, but isn't it just wonderful? It really is just wonderful. There's the hazel trees are in here, and look at this, amazing. Ooh, this is a cob tree, so these are the cob nuts. But I'm so happy with them, and look, loads of wood. So that means there's loads of roots coming down from the trees, which the soil loves, and then the leaves fall. So I don't have to be bringing in bags of wood chip and mulch, and it's all just doing its own thing. More apples, and I always think, you know, the winter is a great time to be looking after the cutting things back and just sorting stuff out. So that's why I'm leaving things be for now. This is a comfrey plant, so that's going to seed. Everything's going to seed now. That's the time of year it is. And there's gooseberry plants here as well. I'm getting caught. I'm tripping myself up. Maybe it's time to go. Okay. Oh yes, over here we have an asparagus plant that's, now I'm hoping to grow more of these in an area that I can look after them, keep a closer eye on things, because they would be a great, they're actually really good on the keto diet. And more apples. Okay, time to go. Thank you so much for having the interest to tune in, and I'd love to hear any comments for people that make it to the end of the video, because it's always nice to know who's watching and what your situation is. Okay, slán go fóill.